Welcome to the casts! Another Warcraft 3 cast. I don't know what I'm doing. This is game number 2 from the WC match between Fly100% spawning in as the purple orc in the lower left and Yumiko spawning in as the red human in the upper right. This map, I'm pretty sure, is Death Road, is what it is. I'm pretty sure it's Death Road. We're gonna go with Death Road if it's not. I think it's Death Road. So Death Road it is. Yumiko, once again, it looks like he's going for some kind of, very fast hero play here. Is he going to go for the unitless approach again? He might. This map is, I don't know how familiar you are with it because this is, again, a Chinese map. I am a big fan of this map right here. I like it. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that you can see. He's going to build the barracks. This is actually this line of crops here. You can't see past it, so look at that. So it's nice to have a building there, a big, thick building that just kind of blocks units from coming in that way because you won't be able to see them otherwise. This is kind of the implementation in Warcraft 3, I would say, of like StarCraft 2 smoke and stuff. I think it's really cool. I think it adds a lot to the game. Some people disagree, but those people are crazy. No, it's everyone's opinion. It's fair, but I like this kind of stuff quite a bit. And on this map, there's actually some really cool stuff. You can get some really cool items. And also, I believe this is the map that you can, you can let you kill these two guys, and I think you get like the Rune of Rebirth. I think it's the cold one. You might get one for each. I don't know. Which means you basically can creep something and get it. So this is a map where Yumiko could have gone no units and had quite a few, but I don't know if there's a mercenary camp easily enough to creep. I'm not sure. It's been too long. There's a mercenary camp, but can he creep it easily? Yeah, that might be a little hard early on, but he could do it. He could do it. But anyway, he's not going to be doing that. It looks like he's going to go with the footman approach. Probably, if not just because it's good. He needs more buildings on a map like this. But going straight for the skeletal marksman, I think this is the right move. Whoever gets these guys in the early game gets a bit of an advantage, which is nice. Not only do they get the creeping advantage, but just the fact that, oh, look, I get some really good units. Yeah, you get both of them. Absolutely crazy. And you can get one and then you can go to the other. Now, this is an amazing unit to have against the Blade Master because it slows them down, right? That's really cool. He's not even going for these guys. He doesn't even care. He just wants to pick up those two units. Those units are, it's unit creeping instead of item creeping. Kind of cool. You can even go across the map and get the other two if you want, but that takes a lot of time, and you probably don't have the time to do that, especially if a Blade Master is coming down to try to do some stuff here. The one thing is these guys are fairly fragile. They only have 300 life each, so it's very possible to go ahead and kill them, and that's looking like what he wants to do is just go ahead and immediately take these guys down. He's going to have to do some blocking if he wants to keep them alive, and I'm sure he does, because these guys are well worth having alive. If he could have just gotten one hit off with that one slow arrow, he could have made this a lot easier for himself, and there it goes. Picking up quite a bit of XP there, 60 XP for that. That's going to be one of the big downsides to going for these guys. If you can't keep them alive, you're going to give a lot of XP away. I mean, you can see the Archmage only has 121 XP, and he killed both of them originally, and he got a peasant, or a peon. That's crazy. So you can see 120 XP on the Blade Master. He might lose the Blade Master. No, he's not. He's not going to lose it. Taking 17 damage when he had 27 down to 10 life, and he's going to salve up. Pretty clever that he knew exactly what was going to happen there. He knew it was well within life of the hit. One more hit. So there you go. But a grunt did go down. That brings the Archmage's total experience up to 181. Seeing a whole bunch of units now just streaming over here towards this gold mine where it looks like Yumiko is going to go for that early expansion once again. And again, the cattles, whatever they're called, cattels. I'm going to call them cattels, are right here just chilling out, being a big line of sight blocker, which is always fun to see, I think. So this is kind of an interesting mechanic when you go to take an expansion and you can't see what's on the other side of that. You have no idea. You probably have an idea, but if they wanted to put down a tower right there, watchtower, you would know until you ran across over there. But so he's gonna go ahead and get the experience for this. He's not gonna lose the XP there. He's gonna pick up the Periapt of Vitality, which is gonna be a nice thing. It's gonna make that a lot more tanky to have. Peasants are going down, level 2 going up on the Blade Master. But, he's going to have another grunt get surrounded and killed, which is really not good. You really don't want to be dropping all these grunts. Losing one grunt is a big deal early on in the game. I think that's the second one that's gone down so far. That's massive. That's so much money just gone right there. I mean, I want to say it's 400 gold. That's a lot of money. You can't afford to be dropping gold like that to just early game. I mean, it's crazy. So Yumiko, Fly needs to play a little more careful right now, because Yumiko is not throwing punches here. He is going for it. I don't know what that expression even means. Not throwing punches, but that's what's happening. These guys would be cool if they gave you experience, because they're people and stuff, but they don't. They're just little glorified sheeps. That's all they are. That's what I think of kids. Glorified sheeps. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, so down here you can see Fly. He is teching. He's just, again, going for the kind of standard orc play here. Wants to get he wants to have the Shadow Hunter or the Torrent Chief. I don't know what he's going to go for. Probably the Shadow Hunter. It makes sense. But what he really wants is to have Raiders and Spirit Walkers, and that just makes everything a lot easier for him. He also wants to have a higher level Blade Master. He wants to have better items. These are the things that Fly really is hoping to get. But also these units right here, which are really, really good. So all things good. Yumiko over here is still not really having a lot in this base. Doesn't have a lumber mill. He's maybe going to put that over here. Maybe doesn't even get a guard tower thing because, you know, he's got units this game that he can actually fight with, which is pretty okay. It's pretty good to have that. And Yumiko down here just saying, let's go see what's going to happen. He's going to move across the map. I don't know where he's going, but he's going somewhere. Again, cattails right here, cattails, blocking all the line of sight, which just, I think these are, I can't stress how much I like those. But anyway, so Dust of Appearance being bought by Yumiko. He's using this little path here to kind of sneak back this way. There is one up here as well, so, you know, as again, it's got cattails and stuff, so I feel like the sound just came on. I feel like sound has been offered. I don't know what's going on with the sound. I don't know. I thought I heard it earlier, but who knows. At some point, I'll have all of that worked out, I promise. Anyway, so we're going to see Yumiko down here is going to go ahead and try to take down these burning archers and things. He's not going to really have the positioning to do that, and you don't ever want to be retreating against these units because they have the Naga slow cold arrows, basically. But we do have the water elemental right here trying to take it down anyway. The most important one, obviously, being the skeletal marksman because he does the slow, but this burning archer does a lot of damage. So it's, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, either target's good if you can kill it, but again, the marksman is the big one. But that's okay. Level 2 still on the Archmage. He didn't really do a whole lot, but he did buy a little bit of time. He gave a little bit of XP away, but you know, he's gonna have the Shadow Hunter chilling out in the cattails because I think that's what a Shadow Hunter would do. It lets him see some vision, and it also is just nice to have it. Am I gonna get creep jacked? Who knows? He knows, maybe. Gonna go ahead and drop a Lesser Clarity Potion for the Blade Master who could use the mana. He's gonna run away now and let the rest of these guys just finish up and get as much XP on that Shadow Hunter as possible. You really want to have both of your heroes at level 2. It's much more powerful than having a 4-2, like a level 4 Blade Master and level 2 Shadow Hunter, because level 3 is when you get that second upgrade to your big skill, whatever that is, Hex or Healing Wave, whichever one you feel like going with. It's nice. Down here we're seeing Yumiko using this little hidden path. Once again, he's going to summon a water elemental and he's just going to say, what am I going to do? No one knows. He's got a potion of invisibility on him, so maybe if he wants to get an escape route, he's got that. He's got Staff, which is another escape. Staff's not the best escape against the Shadow Hunter or Raiders, so there's that. Gonna see Fly. He's gonna kind of maybe go for this Elder Sasquatch, but that's not gonna happen because Yumiko is chilling out right here, up here on the ramp bit. Gonna see up here the Blade Master not gonna get a whole lot done. He's just gonna have a couple of towers waiting for him. Down here, we're gonna see a little bit of this. He would like to cancel this if he can. That's his goal. Cancel the Great Hall and then get out. It would be good. Staying in the cattails is not a bad idea again, but he can still be seen because everything's like right here and he's attacking. So he's gonna have to be forced to run away. So the Blade Master comes in, not really gonna have a whole lot done for him here. He could probably go ahead and use the staff if he wanted to, but because he's so much faster than the Shadow Hunter, he's just gonna pop the potion of invisibility and run away. I'm not sure if he needed to do that, but I will once again defer to him. He's clearly a better player than me. But I mean, did he need to do that? There was one more hex, but that was it. I don't know. I guess he didn't want to have to spend any. He would have taken more damage. So, in essence, he did that to save HP, which is kind of using it as an HP pot, I guess. And then he can come right back around, get some scouting information. Who knows? However, there's a Witch Doctor right here. Is there any Sentry Wards? I don't see them. Sentry Ward's not quite as effective on this map because, one, there are the cattails, and two, everything's much tighter. There's a lot more choke points. It's a lot harder to have like those big wide open area visions that you can see on Echo Isles, but it's still a good thing to have. Also, that's another thing that cattails change quite dramatically, is how effective those Witch Doctor Sentry Wards are. So that's just another little thing to think about. In case you hadn't thought about it, you know, just lots of things. There's a way gate, leads over here. We hadn't really saw that before, but that's okay. Fly's gonna go ahead and make use of it. He says, why not? I can get over there. I want to get over there. Let's get over there. And he's over there. I'm not sure what he's doing. I don't know if he's spying. Can he even see anything? He can see that there are some units over here, so he knows. In fact, yes, Yumiko is chilling out. And that means he's gonna go ahead and keep on safely creeping up that Shadow Hunter. He wants it to be level 3. Again, that's the big goal, level 3. This guy is level 4. Not bad, but it's not level 3. He wants level 3. There is, I don't know how he was seeing the Blade Master there. Maybe he ran out of Windwalk. That's very possible. Gonna see Fly just doing some more stuff over here. The assassin's gonna go down. Says who needs an assassin? I'll kill it. And he's picking up a Scroll of the Beast. Really a good item. I don't know if he's gonna sell it or not. I haven't got a clue what he's thinking, because that is an item that could easily have some negative side effects if you use it against a human. If they're spellbreakers, they can steal it. Not too good. The dust's gonna be slightly premature, not gonna quite hit the Blade Master, but it doesn't really matter because, you know, well, it matters a little bit as the Blade Master ended up selling the items. Yumiko could have easily gotten those items, but you know he thought it was safe because of that false sense of security. And that, wow, he came in here, didn't have the mana to go ahead and get out with the Windwalk, but he did have a Wand of Mana Stealing, so he gets surrounded and has to use one of those charges to Windwalk away. Pretty nice move by Fly, but also a pretty dangerous move by Fly. So you know. Gonna see some more creeping going on here. He's gonna go ahead and use the shop before the human can to pick up the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Obviously, probably one of the most important items the shop has right now, and a Scroll of Healing, which is probably the second most important item. And we're gonna go ahead and see him popping another. He's went to go for the steal, didn't quite get it, but he did pop out anyway, and so he went with a Wand of Mana Stealing because he needed to do that in case he did get the kill. He needed to have some item in his inventory, and that kind of was a waste for him. But you know that it happens. Whatever. So we got a little Troll Witch Doctor chilling out right here by the Waygate. I don't know what he wants to do. He's just, I guess because he's uphill, he's looking for stuff. If he does get chased, he can go into the Waygate and kind of get away a little bit, which would be nice. It's hard to chase units through the Waygate with your whole army because it just, the Warcraft 3's engine is really strange about that. Controlling your army as it goes through a Waygate into a fight is not something you really want to be trying to do. If you get stuck in that position, you might just want to retreat and then turn the tides right around. Anyway, fight going on right now. We're going to see the Blade Master took a bit of hits, but he's got a lot of items for survivability. The Potion of Greater Healing, which restores 500 hit points. Healing Wave, the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Scroll of Speed in case it gets in a bad spot, or if he wants to be aggressive. And of course, Wand of Illusion that he can use for all sorts of madness, like surrounding units, trapping units, or just tanking up damage, blocking, whatever. He's got lots of tricks up his sleeve. So that fight didn't really go very long. Yumiko kind of ran away. Yumiko doesn't want to engage anyway. His workshop's not done. He still wants to have mortar teams, and Flying Machine always going to have, gives you a lot of scouting information. It's very fast. It's one food. It's pretty much one of the best scouts in the game, and it's super cheap. So really good to have. And then mortar teams. That's, yeah. So that's pretty much what he wants. The mortar teams are for fighting. The Flying Machine is for finding the Blade Master and finding other stuff. He's literally your little air support, little recon guy. Looks like we might have a fight going on right here in the middle of the map. Troll Witch Doctor going to get caught out of position, will go down with a slow. However, there is a sentry ward right here on the map anyway, so that's going to happen. We're going to see immediately see all the Wand of Charges being used just as a blocking unit to soak up some damage, and that's exactly what they'll do, giving the Orc better position. As we talked about last game, positioning for the Orc is critical, and this is a fight. Yumiko ideally wanted a little bit more time to set up here, but you know, Fly was on his game and engaged immediately. We're going to go ahead and see that Dakota Beast once again just eating a breaker hole. He's going to kind of not do too much else other than that besides give the aura, but that is a lot of damage for one unit to be doing, so it's kind of nice because he still gets to attack while digesting, and he's just, there you go. This fight we're gonna see a lot of a big frontline kind of deal here. Again, peasants have been brought in. These guys are useful for tanking. They steal spells, and we did actually see Fly going ahead and using the Scroll of Beasts, which has been spell stolen by the breakers, but one of the nice things about it is that it kind of acts as a buffer. It's sort of like when you buy a scroll protection against Mass Dryads, because it just kind of makes them abolish. It makes them, they're not attacking when they're spell stealing, and also they're using their mana and they're not stealing your spirit links if you let them steal the Scroll of Beasts first. So there's a lot of utility to items like that, but it is a calculated risk. However, Fly defended this beautifully. There was no problem here. He got in before Yumiko was really ready for that attack, and I mean, if Yumiko had time to set up, then he would have been really difficult to take down, because that is a big choke point. Not only is it a choke point, you'll notice there is a ramp here, which means that he has the attacker's range advantage, where if people try to attack you from the bottom ground onto the high ground, they have like a 25-50% miss chance, something like, it's not quite 50%, but it's a fairly high chance to miss their attacks, which is crazy. And even though most of these units are melee, the big hitters, Spirit Walkers do a lot of damage throughout a fight. You wouldn't believe it probably if you didn't really pay attention, but they actually add up quite a bit. There is the Burning Archer and there is the Shadowhunter. All of that is a lot of ranged DPS that would have been incurring a massive miss penalty, and there would have been no way Fly could have taken that fight if those towers had gone up. There would have been no way, because Yumiko would have been able to just turtle on that choke point way too hard. So Fly, just again, that's one of the big reasons why these Sentry Wards are just phenomenal. I'm kind of surprised that that Fly, I mean, I guess, I mean, Fly knows they're there because he had the flying machine go over and the flying machine can see them. But I am more surprised that Fly was willing, or I'm sorry, Yumiko was willing to be more aggressive, knowing that there were Sentry Wards there. I guess he was just hoping Fly was out of position. But maybe, or maybe something else, I don't know. Anyway, Scout Tower going down over here. I'm not really sure what he's trying to do with that. There is a Blade Master here, but that's, I don't know. He is creeping this up, and this is a gold mine. He is going to put down a Scout Tower right there. We're going to see the Blade Master try to steal an item. I don't think he did, but he did go ahead and get dusted, so now he's in a bit of trouble here. He's getting bolted. He doesn't have any mana. He's going to have to, if he gets surrounded here, he is in major trouble. He's going to be forced to pop some of his survival items, narrowly missing that, what's it called, the Thunderclap there. Sorry, and just dodging a bolt with a potion of invulnerability. That's a big potion of invulnerability, though. Wasn't it? It might not have been. Maybe I might be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of one of the human heroes. Let me look. I don't even know. It looks like that was a lesser. I thought that was bigger. My bad. Anyway, so Blizzard coming out. This is going to be a position that the Orc can fight. But again, I don't know. It looks a little crazy to fight this because the human player does have a really decent position here and he can choke back. However, Fly does have a Rock Golem, which is a pretty nice unit to have if he wants to go ahead and be aggressive. I guess what he's trying to do is prevent Fly or Yumiko from taking that third expansion that he was, or the second one that he was about to take, the third gold mine up there. And this fight is definitely going pretty okay for Fly. I mean, it's not going perfectly, but he's now the position is just went really bad for Fly, and he needs to get out as soon as possible. He's just taking so much damage. He's just gonna heal through with the Scroll of Healing. He doesn't care. Speed Scroll, get out. Good call. I guess he wanted to get the last bit of units there that he can. He's gonna lose the Grunt because he's not paying attention to it, and that Rock Golem will get out, but again, the Grunt will not. A little bit of a sacrifice there. So that's unfortunate for him. Got to be careful with the mortar teams. Just hitting your own priest. Not too great for you. Not too great. 2 more Scroll of Healings getting picked up by the Blade Master. He's probably going to give one of those to the Shadowhunter, if not both. At this point, I don't know what else he would put here, so he'll probably pass the Scroll of Town Portal as well as the Scroll of Healing over to the Shadowhunter, and then keep one of the Scroll of Healing for the Blade Master himself, because these things have cooldowns, and you know you want to stagger them if you can. It's all good. It's all good. Mountain King over here, he's level 2. Mountain King, as the Mountain King levels up, the fights get a lot harder for the Orc player, because that's a big storm bolt that just comes right into your face and does a massive amount of damage and stuns you potentially in a bad position. And also, if the human has a good position and then he gets a stun off on you and you're slowed, it makes it really difficult to actually take those fights, because if you're not really careful, you can lose your hero like that. You can lose, you know, an important, big, heavy unit just like that. Again, Orc's positioning, very critical. But you know, Yumiko, he's just going to run over here. He's going to start creeping a bit more. This guy, Bandit Lord, one of the funniest creeps in the game, because he just goes, he's like, I don't even care. I'm just going to go invulnerable. Scout Tower going up. Again, I guess he's got Magic Sentry now. I don't know if he had it before. I didn't see it, so that's why I was a little confused why I was putting him down. But it's good to go ahead and have them for this Magic Sentry. He does have the Flying Machine, so it's not super important, but it is just nice to have it. Why not? They're pretty cheap. Also, it kind of marks his territory. It's not like if when man landed on the moon, we put a flag down. You know, Yumiko crept a creep, we put a tower down. It's just the human way. Really. Anyway, so this is going to be one of the most ridiculous fountains in the game. The Fountain of Power. It heals everything. Look at this creep. He doesn't even care. He's like, I'm going to life drain your mortar team, and it's going to kill it if you don't do something immediately. Absolutely crazy. The Blade Master looking to get the creep jack off. We're going to see a little damage. He's going to be forced to go ahead and stun the Maiden of Pain. This thing is just, it's got like the most ridiculous life drain ability in the game. He's already picked up some really cool items. He's picked up the Khadgar's Gem of Health, which is crazy good. Book of the Dead, obvious item, really nice, and a flare gun. So here comes, he was forced to TP out because Fly was coming up right here with the little bit of units right here at the front, but really coming in heavy from the back. Still kept that Rock Golem alive, still making use of it. And there you go, Fly just forced the TP. But he did get those really nice items. Now the flare gun is absolutely cool. It's basically the flare from the mortar, and you get to use it 3 times. He's already used it once. I don't know quite what he saw, but he gets 2 more charges, which is great. He can use them to reveal the Blade Master if he wants, or he can do other stuff, you know, scout with them. All kinds of cool stuff. Anyway, so Fly is coming straight in for this base of Yumiko. There's only 800 gold left in the gold mine, but still it's buildings that he needs. He wants to keep them, their production, their farm, their supply, etc. And Yumiko is at 83 food out of 84. You can look over here and see Fly sitting at 80 out of 80. So both players are a huge army right now. Level 5 on the Shadow Hunter. Burp there a little. Level 5 on the Blade Master. And we're going to see level 4 on the Archmage, as well as level 3 on the Mountain King. So both players, well, Yumiko is clearly behind on experience. I mean, that's not a doubt. Again, these choke points, they will kill the orc, so he's just going to get rid of the trees with these demolishers. Again, just a really clever thing to do, because I mean, look how much wider the space gets without that. There's still this, which has, you know, the rocks. You can't really kill the rocks, it's terrain, but he can kill these trees. And meanwhile, he can take an expansion behind this, which is what he's been doing, whereas Yumiko is not taking an expansion behind this. So Yumiko's gonna have a bit of a bad position here. Well, he's not gonna have a bad position, but he's not gonna have the kind of positioning he wants. If he fights right here, then he will have a great position. I don't see any way for Fly to break that coming from this direction. Sorry. Let's see the bulk off on the Blade Master. He's gonna try to come over here and pick up that ring of protection. Says, I want the armor. I'm in the Mountain King. I need the armor. So he's gonna go ahead and do that. Get the armor. It's not a bad call. Not a bad call at all. Slightly risky, had there been raiders or whatever, but, you know, he calculated risk, right? Look at the cattails. He's like, no idea. Could have been one sitting right in the cattails, but there wasn't, so there you go. Now we have a standoff. Fly is more than willing to do this. He's at 90 food. He's got this expansion gone up. He's probably going to be sending some peons over there right now. Here they are, yeah. And yeah, so Fly doesn't really care. He's like, I can't engage you in a bad position. I'll lose. And also, I've got, you know, a third base going up. So it's already up, in fact. So yeah, this is going to be your call. And Yumiko says, I'm not fighting you out in the open. And I don't even know you have a third base. Although maybe he just flared it. It looks like he just flared it. No? Maybe? I don't know. I don't even know. He might. I think he did, and then it probably ran out as we kind of switched view because it looked like it. Let's look to see. Does he have one charge left on the flare? Oh, he used both of them. I don't know. Sorry. Allergies. I moved from one allergy state to another allergy state. Why? Fly gonna go ahead and actually found a way to be aggressive using his demolishers on the peasant line right here. That's a lot of gold still in that gold mine, so he doesn't really want to get rid of it. He could go down there and heal it with priests. I mean, that would pretty much never run out of mana because he has the healing mana, but now he's got the ground on fire stuff. This is, I don't know what that's even called, but that is gonna make this a lot more difficult for Yumiko to keep mining. Oh, every hit's gonna hurt. This is just like a, oh, this is bad news. Yumiko is gonna lose all of those peasants, every one of them. Oh, is he gonna finally move out of the way after losing, I think, 2 he lost? He will move out of the way. He's still gonna lose these guard towers. I mean, that fire is just, it's funny. It is funny. It's kind of interesting that he's even gonna try to do anything there. Who knows? Nether Drake's still up. You know, he still could use the XP. He's still kind of low, and he's got a level 1 paladin coming out now, so he would like to get that to level 2 if he can. Also, this is going to be a nice item, whatever it drops. So those are good things. What will he drop? No item. Never mind. I guess I'm wrong. I guess it was the level 8s that dropped the items. A level 6 at a group camp, you generally think, yeah, that's going to drop an item. Not on Chinese maps. So there you go. Don't run those 1 HP dudes back. Oh yeah, never mind. He's hitting, so he knows that he's fine. He's got all kinds of more teams. He is definitely going to take this thing down. There is no way Fly could save that. That is unfortunate. Also, he's building himself a nice choke point again to fight right here on the ramp. Again, notice the ramp. The ramp's important. The ramp means that all of the ranged units that he has, the Spirit Walkers, the Shadow Hunter, the Demolishers, I don't think Demolishers, siege units I don't think are penalized for attacking uprange. I'm pretty sure they're not. If they were, that would be crazy, but they're not. But still, a lot of his units getting penalized for attacking uphill. So, still very careful. Also, the choke point is a big deal as well. So, the choke point and the ramp, both really, really nice things Yumiko wants to be taking as much advantage of as possible. Have a whole bunch of militia here. They might get trapped. A couple raider ensnares. One raider ensnare. He's not even going to lose one, though. But he just have to kind of get them back. It's going to bring him down this way instead, kind of come from the south. Again, this is not a huge choke. This is, in fact, an open area that Yumiko doesn't really want to be fighting in, but he's fighting in because he's ensnared, and he's invested now. But he has still done a decent job with kitting himself in not a bad spot, but he's going to have to back up now as these raiders start to come around towards the back of the army and start trying to sandwich in towards this. He still wants to be doing as much damage, or Fly is going to be trying to go ahead and kill these heroes if he can, but really, Fly would be pretty okay with any kills. Thunderclap is going to get a nice big conal area attack around him, whatever you call it. I don't know. He's going to go ahead and do that, and here we're going to see Paladin just chilling out right there. He's level 1. He has to be careful. He's going to see the bolt on the Blade Master. As soon as that Blade Master started looking at that Paladin, the Mountain King was like, hey, no, not my Paladin. The Archmage, again, looks like he's taking some hits. I can't tell if it's the Mortar. It's the Mortar team, in fact, which makes sense. You want to take out on that Mortar team, but the Blade Master actually gets stunned to death, even though he had a bunch of items for surviving. And Yumiko says, that is amazing. For me, I'm going to leave the fight now because that I didn't expect to happen. That was close. That was so close. Just a split second longer, and that Blade Master would have popped either a Potion of Greater Healing or a Potion of Invulnerability. He would have been fine and could have done a lot of damage, and just that Mountain King Bolt, just, oh man, that was so close. And really, the Shadowhunter, again, just a little bit, I think, out of position, because he didn't have the Scroll of Healing to use for him. He didn't have the what's it called, the Healing Wave for him. I can't think tonight, I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired. Yeah, but that's insane. Here comes another flare. This time I think it's straight from the actual mortars. I think he's actually researched it because it's a good ability. It gives you a lot. You can see how much vision it gives. It's just all of this. It's an insane amount of vision. It's not for super long, but it's an insane amount of vision. Really cool. The Blade Master's been bought back at the tavern. I mean, look, he even had a Scroll of Healing. He had so many options for getting out of that position, but he was stunned, and he was just in he was in a really aggressive position. Probably too aggressive. If he goes ahead and takes the fight now, he's gonna have to fight without mana, which means he can't, go any kind of wind walks to get crazy far into the position. He's gonna have to contend with the fact that there's a big line of creeps or units here that are gonna prevent him. And again, a choke point, and again, uphill. This is the kind of position Yumiko's been vying for the entire game, and now he's getting it, and Fly is trying to fight it, but there's no chance he's going to be able to really do anything here. You can see him trying to reposition himself into slightly better spots, this time keeping that Shadowhunter much closer to the Blade Master and all of his raiders, but he's getting picked apart right here, and that Blizzard is doing so much damage. I mean, it's ridiculous how much AoE damage that's doing. You can't fight this position. I don't know what he's doing. He's got two Spirit Walkers in the back. They're not really doing anything. It looks like Fly realizes his fate at this point, and he's just trying to go for some kind of miracle play where he just has some really good micro. Yumiko messes up or something. But this fight is just, this has been abysmal. I don't know. I don't know. He could win the fight if he did something crazy good, but again, if we're watching the same game, I mean, Yumiko is going to start backing up here, but he's still, I mean, all he did was break the position. I mean, Yumiko is still solidly in the lead in this fight, and Yumiko can still solidly just back up, and we're going to see unit after unit go down. The Blade Master, once again, in perilous danger. He's going to get Potion of Lesser Invulnerability off, but will he get surrounded? If he gets surrounded, that will be the death of him. He doesn't have the mana to windwalk away. He's just still in bolt range. He's going to get slowed. He will, however, be right there at the Voodoo Lounge. It's been in the cat's house. However, Flare, which will reveal invisible units, is it going to be enough? Does he need... That's not going to get there in time, so the Blade Master will escape. What a great escape. However, this expansion looks like it's going to be forfeit, and this expansion, not really mining. Yumiko doesn't really have any more gold mines, but he doesn't really need them. There's a peon just making sure of that. He's got the superior army. Fly has just been picked apart here. 45 food versus 60 food is a big difference. Also, we're seeing some more peons go down. If he can catch him out of position, maybe he can do something, but I mean, 5, 4, 3. That is a big difference. Level 3 on the Paladin, level 4 on the Mountain King, very close to level 5 on the Mountain King, level 5 on the Archmage. The hero experience, can just see how both, it was 5-5 versus like 3-2 at one point, I think, or 4-5. It's been a massive makeup in terms of experience for Yumiko. That Shadowhunter is just getting wrecked and forced right out of the fight. The Mountain King's chasing him. He's got another bolt just ready for him. Is he going to get it? If he gets it, it's going to kill it. Now he's gonna die. There you go. Just insane. Level 5 been picked up by the Mountain King, and there's Fly can't handle it now. He definitely can't fight without the Shadowhunter. The Shadowhunter keeps everything alive. The Blade Master now getting nuked down with the bolt. And there you go. Good game's gonna be called. That's game number 2. Wow, what a game. Yumiko, I thought, was definitely behind. And then just he made sure that he didn't take bad fights. He vied for position really hard. Fly kind of overextended that Blade Master just a little bit, and he lost it, paid for it with pretty much the game, because he wasn't in that bad of a spot prior to that. But once he lost that Blade Master, there was really not a lot of coming back. Yumiko was still on just that one base. Fly had once again taken that expansion again, for his third. But Fly was having a really hard time holding these fights because that map is just so full of choke points. I would almost say that it just kind of favors the human a little bit. Fly just needed to be more creative, I guess. I don't want to criticize Fly. He's amazing. He's one of the best players ever. But that, I mean, great. It was a great game. It was wonderful. A lot of back and forth, I felt. But again, whew, because the thing is if that bolt hadn't killed Fly's Blade Master, he would have broke the position, and that would have basically forced Yumiko back into his base or something. Maybe he probably would have forced a TP if he hadn't killed that Blade Master, because I mean that thing wasn't going to die otherwise. I mean, there was so much ways to heal it. And the Yumiko was literally at the back, and he couldn't back up any further. So wow, what a great game. That was game number 2. We watched game number 1 today as well, so these games will go up on YouTube. Game number 3 then, because it's 1-1, we will be seeing that tomorrow. That's what we'll be casting live, so feel free to check it out. I'm sure it's going to be a great game. These 2 games so far have been wonderful. So thanks for watching, everyone. As always, I will see you next time. Have a great day. Goodbye.